The Nissan Z series is a line of sports cars that has been produced by the Japanese automaker Nissan since 1969. The Z series is known for its sleek design, powerful engines, and overall performance. Here's a brief overview of the history of the Nissan Z. The Nissan Z series has a rich history and several interesting facts associated with it. I'll share some fun facts about the Nissan Z. It quickly gained popularity for its sleek design and performance. In Japan, the Z series is known as the Fair Lady Z, popularizing Japanese sports cars globally, contributing to the rise of Japanese performance cars in the automotive market. Datsun 240Z, S30, 1969 to 1978. The first car in the Z series was the Datsun 240Z, which was introduced in 1969. The 240 in the name refers to the engine displacement, which is 2.4 liters. The Z stands for the last letter of the alphabet, indicating that it was the ultimate iteration of Datsun's sports car lineup. The 240Z was particularly successful in the United States, where it helped establish Datsun, now Nissan, as a reputable brand. Its combination of performance, reliability, and style appealed to American car enthusiasts. It was designed by Yoshihiko Matsuo in 1969 to 1971. The early models had a 2.4-liter inline-6 engine that produced around 151 horsepower. Due to emissions regulations and changes in the SAE horsepower rating system, the horsepower rating for the 1972 model year and onward was officially stated as 125 horsepower, though the actual power output may not have changed significantly. Datsun 260Z, S30, 1974 to 1978. The 260Z was introduced in 1974 and featured a larger 2.6-liter engine compared to its predecessor. The 260Z, like many cars of its time, had large, protruding bumpers to meet safety regulations. The 260Z came in two seating configurations, 2-seater and 2x2. The 2x2 version had a small rear seat suitable for occasional use. It's amusing to think about squeezing friends or family into those rear seats for short trips. These bumpers changed in design over the production years, leading to subtle visual differences among the model years. The horsepower output of the Datsun 260Z varied depending on the model year and the specific market. Generally, the Datsun 260Z produced around 140 to 165 horsepower. It's important to note that these figures can vary, and for the most accurate information, it's recommended to refer to the specific technical specifications for the model year and region you're interested in. Datsun 280Z, S30, 1978 to 1983. The car is often referred to as the Datsun 280Z, but its official name was simply the Datsun 280ZX. The X was added to signify the new generation, but many people still colloquially call it the 280Z. In the 1980 and 1981 models, a T-top option was available. These removable glass roof panels were a popular choice among buyers who wanted to enjoy the open-air feeling of a convertible without sacrificing the structural integrity of a coupe. For the 1978 Datsun 280ZX, it typically had a 2.8-liter inline-6 engine. The horsepower for this model was around 135 horsepower, 100 kilowatts. It's important to note that these figures may vary slightly depending on factors such as specific trim levels, emission regulations. Nissan 300ZX, Z31, 1983 to 1989. The Z31 generation, known as the Nissan 300ZX in some markets, featured a more modern design and electronic advancements. The 300ZX featured a cutting-edge digital dashboard in the 1980s. However, it was known for being a bit temperamental. Some owners reported glitches, malfunctions, and occasional erratic behavior of the digital display, adding a touch of unpredictability to the driving experience. The 300ZX came in both 2-seater and 2x2 configurations. The rear seats in the 2x2 model were notoriously cramped, leading some to joke that they were best suited for small children, pets, or very flexible adults. It was a constant source of debate among owners about the practicality of the rear seats. It was available with various engine options, including turbocharged versions. 1983 to 1986, the early models were equipped with a 3.0-liter V6 engine. The naturally aspirated version produced around 160 horsepower, while the turbocharged version, available from 1984 onwards, had approximately 200 horsepower. 1987 to 1989. In these later years, Nissan made some updates to the engine and other components. The naturally aspirated version had a slight increase in horsepower, reaching around 165 to 170 horsepower. The turbocharged version also received a boost, with approximately 205 to 215 horsepower. 300ZX Z32, 1989 to 2000. The Z32 generation continued the 300ZX legacy and is often considered one of the most technologically advanced sports cars of its time. Nissan introduced a convertible version of the 300ZX. Some enthusiasts playfully argued that it suffered from an identity crisis, since the convertible top somewhat altered the iconic lines of the coupe. The 300ZX was available with a twin-turbo V6 engine, making it quite the speed demon. Some enthusiasts jokingly referred to it as the Z32 twin-turbo terror. This 3.0-liter V6 engine was used in the 1989 to 1994 models. Horsepower approximately 222 horsepower. This is a twin-turbocharged version of the VG30DE engine, used in the 1990 to 1996 300ZX twin-turbo models. The power output varied over the years. Initially, it had 300 horsepower, and in later years, it was increased to around 300 to 320 horsepower. A non-turbo version of the VG30 engine, used in some models. Horsepower approximately 160 to 165 horsepower. Nissan 350Z, Z33, 2002 to 2008. The 350Z marked a return to the Z's roots with a more compact and muscular design. The 350Z has a surprisingly spacious cargo area for a sports car. In the trunk, there's a hidden storage compartment behind the driver's side wheel well, providing extra space for small items or, as some owners jokingly suggest, a secret stash of snacks. While not officially labeled as a drift mode, many 350Z owners have discovered that turning off the traction control and stability systems can lead to some entertaining slides and controlled drifts. This feature has unofficially earned the nickname DIY Drift Mode. Among enthusiasts, the 350Z Nismo features distinctive aerodynamic elements, including a front chin spoiler and a rear spoiler. These not only contribute to the car's aggressive appearance but also enhance its aerodynamic efficiency. 2002 to 2004, the early models were equipped with a 3.5-liter V6 engine producing around 287 horsepower. 2005 to 2006, Nissan made some updates, and the horsepower increased to approximately 300 horsepower for the standard model. 2007 to 2008, in the later years, the 350Z received further adjustments, and the horsepower remained at around 306 horsepower for the standard model. Special editions or performance-oriented models, such as the 350Z Nismo, might have different horsepower figures. Nissan 370Z, Z34, 2009. The Nissan 370Z, Z34, is a popular sports car known for its performance and distinctive design. Here are some amusing and interesting facts about the 2009 Nissan 370Z. The 370Z Nismo boasts a sport-tuned exhaust system that not only enhances performance but also produces a distinctive and thrilling exhaust note. It's music to the ears of car enthusiasts. The Nismo variant often features improvements to the transmission for faster and more responsive gear shifts. This can make driving the 370Z Nismo a more engaging and dynamic experience. The 370Z continued the Z-Series tradition with a 3.7-liter V6 engine and a design that retained the essence of its predecessors. It has received various updates and special editions over the years. The Nissan 370Z, Z34, is available in different trims, and the horsepower may vary accordingly. The base model typically had a 3.7-liter V6 engine that produced around 332 horsepower. However, higher performance versions, such as the 370Z Nismo, could have a more powerful engine with up to 350 horsepower. Nissan Z, Z35, 2023. In 2022, Nissan unveiled the prototype of the next generation Z, which was expected to be officially named the Nissan Z, Z35. Nissan typically equips its sports cars with modern technology, including infotainment systems, advanced safety features, and driver assistance technologies. Z Sport and Performance deliver 400 horsepower and 350 lb-ft of torque, with a choice between a 6-speed close-ratio manual transmission with high-performance clutch and a responsive 9-speed automatic transmission with paddle shifters. The new Z promised a design inspired by the original 240Z and modern performance features. The Nissan Z series has played a significant role in the history of sports cars, offering enthusiasts a combination of style, performance, and value over the decades. The different generations of the Z series have evolved to meet changing automotive technologies and design trends while maintaining the core characteristics that define the Z brand.